What is up, Impact Nation? I am Jason, and this is a bonus video, if you will, for the Anthem of Impact Wrestling show. I wanted to get this video up yesterday. Unfortunately, I had a very long 16-hour day at work, and by the time I got home, it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was worn out, tired, and I figured by the time I got done doing this video and finally got it up, it would be kind of pointless. Might as well just wait the next day, especially since I always have to be up in the morning, get to work around about 4. I wake up somewhere between 4 and 4:15 sometimes. Yesterday I pushed it, or this morning I pushed it and woke up at like 4:30 and had to be to work at 5:30. My job's about 30 minutes away from my house. So that's kind of where I was yesterday. But there was obviously a ton of news that was broke yesterday. Of course, even one the day before, and then even kind of a little small thing that I've seen on Twitter today that I'll touch on. But first, I just want to say to anybody that is new to this show, to this channel, is finding this video for the first time, or even if you've seen my videos plenty of times but you still haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so you always know whenever I'm releasing these videos, especially these surprise videos like I'm doing today. And I've got another one coming later on this afternoon. I'm going to do an unboxing for my Pro Wrestling Crate box. So look for that one coming up here sometime today as well. But yeah, and also go follow me on Twitter at Anthem of Impact. I'm always loving to get into conversations, and sometimes it's debates, sometimes it's pretty heated debates. But I'm not a type of guy that's, unless you're just flat out, I'm knowing you're just being a troll. Most of the time, I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna get mad or anything like that. I just roll with it, and people can have their different opinions. That's kind of the beauty of professional wrestling. Everybody kind of sees it in their own way. But first, we're going to start off with a bit of news with the announcement from the Orlando Police Department that they are requesting that Paige be the one that's charged with the domestic battery. And the only reason why I want to start off with this is because this is obviously a very touchy subject. I already did a video whenever it was announced that it was Alberto El Patron under the investigation. And he was the one being charged, and it was being investigated into. My stance overall on the relationship on this incident still stands. I still think GFW did the right thing in suspending him. They should have, because that was the news that came out. It's definitely a PR move. And people that have been on different videos say certain things, or on Twitter say, "Oh, it's just a PR move." Duh! Of course it was. But you know what? If GFW wouldn't have done it as a PR move, everybody would have been shitting all over GFW. But now it's going to be interesting to see what happens with WWE. And I am not wanting anything bad to happen to Paige. Clearly, these two individuals are just self-destructing, and it's very, very sad and hard to see, because these two people are very talented and deserve a lot of success with their said talent, but they're just self-destructing, and it's not a good thing. And hopefully people can get into this. I'm not somebody to sit here and tell somebody else that they shouldn't be together or be in love or whatever, but just hopefully people that are close to them, that know this actual situation, can intervene if need be. And hopefully things just all pan out for the better for everybody in this situation. The stance I'm taking now, though, is one, it looks a little bit better for GFW, just a little bit, in the fact that it ended up not being Alberto, right? That's about it. The other thing is, now what I want to see these dirt sheets. I want to see these somewhat, I guess you could call them wrestling personalities, experts, like Meltzer, like Ryan Satin from Pro Wrestling Sheet, some of these other guys that were on GFW's ass about this situation. What are they going to do? How are they going to treat Alberto? I just want to see them hold the WWE to the same standard. I want to see them get mad if nothing happens to Paige. I don't want to hear the excuse of, and by the way, like I said, I don't necessarily want to see anything super bad happen to Paige because, I feel like if something really bad did happen to her, say like they fired her, I know for a long time I've wanted WWE to fire her so that she could become a free agent and everything else. But the more and more these stories come out, I don't think that would be a good thing. I think if she did get fired, now there's just so many different toxic stories around her. I don't know anybody besides maybe back home that's gonna hire her, and I think it's just gonna lead to more self-destruction. And I definitely don't want to see that for her. But I do want to see them maybe at least suspend her again or something, or just come out with a statement, and hopefully other people will hold them accountable like they were trying to hold GFW accountable. Obviously she's not active, so it's not as big of a deal, but it's just one of those things. It's another instance where we're going to see some double standards and some hypocrisy, and that's all. I know we're going to see it, but I just hope we don't see it. But that's the kind of ugly news. How about that? So we'll get that out of the way. Other little topic I want to talk about really quick is the announcement from what Jeremy Borash basically confirmed on their teleconference, and that is the fact that Johnny Mundo, formerly known as John Morrison in the WWE, and his fiancee Taya, or Taya, I want to say it's Taya. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, but you'd be spelling it the same way, right? Anyway, and I've watched her on Lucha Underground. I just can't think for the life of me what they call her, if it's Taya or Taya. I would say Taya, but I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. And Drago, of course. Drago, not a big surprise because Drago's been working with Global Force ever since Slammiversary. He's in the Super X Cup. Obviously, he was in Slammiversary, and this and that. So that's not a huge deal. Working the live events, the 3 that they have here in the beginning of August. But John Morrison and Taya are huge. Like, maybe I'm overblowing this a little bit, but to me, those 2 names right now for everything that Johnny's doing in the independent scene and in Mexico and on Lucha, he's everybody's champion. He's killing it. I always thought he was always very, very talented in the ring. Whether I thought his gimmick was kind of or whatever, super talented in the ring though. And an impact sometimes in ring is more important than, say, your promo skills or this or that. You know what I mean? And so I'm definitely happy about the possibility of them actually fully coming on. I'm sure this announcement is, it's face value. They're just working these live events. Because I know whenever they first announced the partnership with AAA, that they were going to be doing some touring, and that AAA guys would be, part of those tours. I think they mentioned though there would be more of like the West Coast and South tours, not New York. But I don't know if that's part of it, because right now obviously both Taya and Johnny Mundo are kind of very vocal, at least whether it's it's a work or not, very vocal on their displeasurement with AAA and specifically Vampiro. And so we'll see what happens there if they are disgruntled and we get through the Lucha Underground's weird, stupid contracts and they become available. I personally would love to see them both in GFW on Impact. Johnny could go anywhere. I mean, you can put him at the heavyweight. You could put him at the Grand Championship level. Hopefully they switch all that up. And you can even throw him in the X Division. You're telling me he wouldn't be awesome like in an Ultimate X match? Come on. And I think, with the right guys back in place, X Division no longer is the, hey, we put a bunch of small guys that don't mean shit in the ring. We're getting back to where, it was whenever we had AJ, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe. Obviously had others that really you couldn't see necessarily move up to heavyweight, but AJ was in and out of heavyweight and X Division. Samoa Joe was up and down from heavyweight to X Division. And I think you could see a couple of those guys. You get the really athletic heavyweight guys like a Johnny Mundo. I think a Matt Sydal fits into this, and because he's there. A Loki fits into this. Trevor Lee fits into this. These are guys that would be just as believable wrestling in the heavyweight. Eddie Edwards, obviously. They're just believable. They're also believable as heavyweights as they are X Division. And we have the right guys in place as far as who's booking this, who did it before, and they can get them going back. So I think you could definitely have Johnny Mundo be in the X Division. It's not going to look like a step down necessarily. It's just a title he can put under his cap. And then, of course, we have the rumors of that one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's probably my top 5. I remember seeing him as a kid whenever I was first getting into wrestling, and just the way he moved, and obviously his mask and everything else. I am talking about none other than the legendary Mr. Luchador himself, Rey Mysterio Jr. Karen Jarrett posted the picture of her and him. We saw Conan, 2 parts of the 3 Live crew, Ron Killings and Conan, taking a picture also with Rey. This would be huge. In my eyes, this would be absolutely huge. And I don't care if people can leave me comments and say it's not that big of a deal. To me, it is. To me, this would be absolutely huge if Global Force can pull in Rey. And I don't care how the dirt sheets would spin it if they did get Rey or not. The fact of the matter is, he was in negotiations with Global Force and the WWE, and if he comes to Global Force, that means he chose Global Force. That's a big step for Global Force and just this momentum change. And some good PR for once, right? And maybe it might start changing some people's minds, and I think this would go a big way. I don't think we've gotten to the point anymore in professional wrestling where one acquisition is going to just like spike huge ratings. I don't think it's happening anymore. I think, in a lot of things in society, what you like is what you like, what you don't like is what you don't like, and you're not changing. And other people that think different than you are wrong. That's just kind of like where we've gotten on this, in this world. And so I think the people that hate Impact, that have always hated Impact, will continue to hate Impact. The ones that have been off and on or used to love it but then fell out because they just didn't think it was the same company that they fell in love with might start coming back. And those are the people, and new wrestling fans are the type of people that Global Force needs to worry about gaining. And I think Rey could do that at least a little bit. Still got to follow it up with good stories, good matches, and obviously good PR. But the Rey Mysterio thing would be awesome. Then keep this going. He did announce that it is official that the Brothers Crist, I think it's Crist, Jake and Dave, are officially members of Impact and will be making their debut very soon. And I saw another report that they've been actually at the headquarters shooting vignettes. So, awesome. I've seen a little bit of this. I've heard a lot about these guys, and I'm very excited about this. Can't wait to see them, versus LAX, them versus Reno Scum, VOW, any other type of tag teams might be coming in too, or anything else. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch this tag division now blossom in Global Force Wrestling. And then Jeremy Borash also said, and I can't remember how it was worded now, if they have signed or they are like in the process of signing 2 new knockouts, and supposedly they are very big name women wrestlers. And one person that I'm really hoping it is, and I don't know if they consider her, big name, but I kind of do, and that's Veda Scott. Veda Scott is not part of that Mae Young Classic. And I'm kind of surprised. So I'm really hoping one's Veda. The other one, I wouldn't mind bringing back Jessica Havoc, or bringing back Awesome Kong, if that's a possibility. Again, I don't know about as far as free agents. Is he talking about like independent? Is he talking about just well-known names? Could this be the return of Tara? Would one of them be Christina Von Eerie? Because just because she was on Impact a couple times doesn't mean that she was ever signed, and she's a big name. So the possibilities are great. I'm very excited. Another one that, again, I'm not sure how big she is as far as like well known, but somebody that I like, and I don't know how the Women of Honor contracts are working out, like what that all is, if they're just per appearance thing or whatever. But Kelly Klein, and I'm not sure if she was in the Mae Young Classic or not, but I've seen a couple of her things on Women of Honor on like YouTube and stuff. Whenever I'm just kind of bored and watching different things, she's really impressive, and she's an impressive looking girl too. As far as like she's got good size to her. She's still a good looking girl that people can kind of buy into. I don't know. I just think hopefully that's another one maybe. The possibilities though are great, and I love the little intrigue because it keeps people interested and looking forward. Because I'm always kind of like that anyway, but even more now these last couple days, and I know I'll be this way for a little while. I'm gonna be scrolling through Twitter just trying to find and see if anybody's breaking any news on who these people are, or if there's anything else new coming up, and that's huge. Because even people that hate Impact, I guarantee you are doing the same thing. They're searching like, man, what is going on with that place? What is going on? And it's great. It's very good. It's a good day to be a Global Force Wrestling fan. And be a TNA fan. To be a guy that's been down since day one. If you're one of those fans, this has got to be just absolute bliss to you guys and to me, because I'm one of them. I've been down since 04, 05. Somewhere in there. It's whenever I literally started watching since their debut on Fox Sports. And, I know it's not day one, but it's close enough. So, yeah, I've been following ever since then. So this, to me, I know I'm on cloud 9 with all this news. Very, very happy. And then today, a little tidbit. I'm not huge on it, I don't really care. But I guess Conan mentioned that El Torito is coming to Impact. I don't know. I don't know if like they're just bringing in some of these other small guys to maybe start wrestling like the other AAA minis, or get Spud put into some of that. I don't know really where they're going with that. So that one, El Torito, whatever. But nonetheless, it's news. It's people coming in, right? And then the final bit of news is that tonight, this is being recorded on July 20th, Thursday, July 20th, which we have an episode of Impact Wrestling tonight. And after Impact will be a show called After Impact. It'll be hosted by Josh Matthews, and yes, this is like a perfect co-host with Josh Matthews, and that is my man Tyrus. If anybody watches Tyrus on the Greg Gutfeld Show on Fox News, you will know this dude is a natural in this type of situation. He is absolutely hilarious. I hope they let him be himself, which I think Impact will do. And I to have him and a heel Josh Matthews play off of each other, I can't wait to see how they're going to do this. And I don't know much more than that, except for that it's on there. It says to, go to impactwrestling.com and watch it there. Most nights I'm not going to be able to watch that. I'm not going to be able to like get off my TV and go over to the computer or get on my phone and get on their website and start watching. I'm just not going to be able to do that. Again, I wake up very early in the morning. it's pretty rare that I am ever up much past 9. If I am, it's just because I'm laying in bed, just kind of like winding down, watching TV to make myself go to bed. So hopefully they have it like an on-demand. Maybe they put it up on YouTube after it airs, so I can watch it there, which is much easier because I can watch that on my TV through the app on my PlayStation Network. And so hopefully they'll be able to do that. I don't know. I haven't read that much into it. I just heard about it and kind of like what the co-host says when it's going to be. So yeah, so just a bunch of news, a bunch of great things happening right now for Impact Wrestling and Global Force Wrestling. It's a great day to be a fan and to see just this great momentum and great PR that we're getting, and hopefully just keeps going, keeps continuing, and develops into something big. And hopefully one of the next things that they'll announce, hopefully, I mean, I don't know how far off this would be. I think we have have to finish up this whole year on Pop, but hopefully it is that they go to Spike, which is, I guess, going to become Paramount, the Paramount Network or Paramount TV or whatever. Hopefully that's what it is, and gets on a bigger stage with a bigger channel available in more homes, and the viewership can keep going up. So everybody, I started off this video telling y'all to subscribe, hit the like button, notification button, go follow me on Twitter at Anthem of Impact, and I'm going to end this video right now telling everybody, please DVR, watch, find a way to get on Pop TV or the Fight Network, the Fight TV app. Watch Impact Wrestling. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's set another record tonight. Make it 3 weeks in a row for viewership records. Tell everybody that you know that used to like wrestling, or doesn't like wrestling, but wants something just kind of fun to watch. Get them all together. Make them watch this. Let's have some fun. And hit me up, like I said, hit me up on Twitter at Anthem of Impact. I'll be trying to live tweet tonight throughout the show. And, hit me up and just, let's talk some wrestling. But until tomorrow, well, I'll have another video out today, like I said, with Pro Wrestling Crate Unboxing. And then, obviously, tomorrow I will have my reaction and review and my thoughts on tonight's episode of Impact. All right, man. Peace.